Hello you guys, this is Kim and bienvenidos to a timeless reading where we are going to take a look at the next 7 days to find out what it is that you can expect, what the energy will be like, and so forth. So because this is a timeless reading, the next 7 days could be from whenever you happen to be watching this video, or it could be the upcoming week, or it could even be any week of your choice. It's all up to you. You decide. So before you choose a group, please set an intention as to what 7 days you want to get a reading for. Okay, but assuming that you have already set your intentions, I will now give you a closer look at each option so that you can meditate upon them and see which one calls out to you. So starting off for group 1, we have the Peach Agate. For group 2, we have a Bloodstone. For group 3, we have the Amethyst. For group 4, we have a Rose Quartz. And for group 5, we have a Smokey Quartz. Okay, so as always, take as much time as you need in order to choose your group. And once you have done so, then please head on over to the comment section and or the description box down below where the timestamp for each group and or option is provided so that you can skip right on over to your reading. Okay, but now that you have chosen, let's get right into your messages. Let's go. Hello you guys who chose the Peach Agate. Bienvenidos to your reading, where we are going to take a look at the next 7 days to find out what it is that you can expect. And remember, this is a timeless reading, so it will be the next 7 days from whenever you happen to be watching this video. Okay, so before I start shuffling the decks and pulling out cards, I would like to share with you what I intuitively picked up on when connecting with the energy of your group. So a message that came to mind when tapping into this group's energy was righting the wrong. So I intuitively sense this is indicating that in the next 7 days, you will have the opportunity to redo something or to correct something, or you could be getting an opportunity to make amends with someone. So to give a few examples, let's say a student has been given an opportunity to retake an exam that they got a low score on. So that will be an opportunity to redo or correct something. Or someone who filled an application is getting a call notifying them that they filled out something incorrectly. If they could please fix the mistake before the application is processed. Or someone who got into a disagreement with a loved one or a friend is in the next 7 days getting an opportunity to reconcile and or make amends with this person, or if there was miscommunication of any sorts, someone is getting the opportunity to clarify. Or it could even have something to do with sharing your side of a story. You know, bringing clarity to a situation by you sharing your point of view, you sharing your thoughts, you sharing your side of the story. But I'm also getting something like you having the opportunity to help someone out or to do something differently, especially something that you feel guilty about, or something that every time you think about it, you feel responsible for. So again, just to give you an example, this could be a situation in which someone wasn't able to help a friend in the past for whatever reason, and they've always felt guilty about this, or they felt a sense of responsibility for not being able to assist their friend when they were in need. And in the next 7 days, they are getting an opportunity to help their friend. Like, it's also this feeling of getting a second chance, a second opportunity to do something that they or you weren't able to do, fulfill, or achieve in the past. Yeah, so overall, there's this vibe of second opportunities, second chances, making amends, reconciliation, opportunities for improvement, for adjustments, and so forth. Yeah, but let's see what else. Yeah, and the last thing I picked up on was this overall vibe or energy of clarity. So you will be gaining clarity about something that you have been worrying about or wondering about or speculating about in the next 7 days. Yeah, okay, but now I'm going to move into the cards. So I will first pull out an oracle card, and then to clarify, I will pull out a tarot card. So let's see. Oh, okay, that was fast. So we have, emotional with sensitive, number 43, and the message, treat yourself delicately. Avoid force or any tension right now. Emotions could rise. Also treat your relationships delicate. They could be hiding a sensitive feeling within. Interesting. Flowers, imagery, motifs of flowers could be of significance in the next 7 days. Looking at the number 43, the message that came to mind was working on a relationship or working with a team. So we have the 7 of Swords upright with dishonesty, cheating, and being selfish. Oh, okay. Okay, so I did mention at the beginning how some of you could be getting an opportunity to right a wrong or to make amends with someone. So with the 7 of Swords being here, I do see someone receiving and or giving an apology in the next 7 days. So if you feel like someone did you a wrong, you could be hearing from that person in the next 7 days, and they could be coming to you to apologize or to try to make amends with you, or to try to maybe even explain themselves or to try and clarify some things. Yeah, because I also did mention something about you gaining clarity over a situation, or this could be something like there was miscommunication and someone is coming forth to clarify. I also did mention something about someone sharing their side of the story, so that could also be something that will be happening. Someone is coming forth or coming to you to share their side of the story, the reason behind their actions and so forth. Yeah, there's something about someone coming forth to explain, to clarify. Or as mentioned, this could be you. Maybe it is you who has been wanting an opportunity to speak to someone, to share your side of the story, maybe to offer an apology and so forth. So if that happens to be the case, I do see you gaining an opportunity to do that, because with emotional and sensitive, what is coming to mind is having a conversation that is very raw and heavy, emotionally heavy. So emotions could be running high in the next 7 days, or emotions could be running high whilst you're having an important, open conversation with someone where there has been miscommunication, misunderstanding, or where there has been some conflict. Yeah, because now the message that came to mind was clear the air, and I was looking at this word dishonesty when that message came to mind. Yeah, so maybe someone wasn't being completely honest about something, or they were omitting certain truths. And so it could be that in the next 7 days, all this is going to be revealed, or someone is going to be exposed. Or it could be a situation in which it is already known that someone was being dishonest, that someone was omitting certain important truths. And in the next 7 days, it's more about this person acknowledging that they were being dishonest. This person coming clean about what it is that they did or didn't do. The other word that is coming to mind is closure. So for those of you who have been trying to get over a situation or get over someone or find some closure in order to be able to move on, I do feel like in the next 7 days you will be finding or getting this closure. And it could be after having a conversation with someone, or after someone reveals their true intentions to you, or shares their side of the story, or comes clean in a sense. You know, the other situation I'm picking up on is that someone has already moved on, but maybe there has been some doubt of whether they themselves have completely moved on. Maybe there's still some attachment to the past. And what is happening is that in the next 7 days, the past is making a reappearance. And this is to help that person who has moved on but is still doubting whether they have fully moved on to realize that they have indeed moved on. Because in seeing the past and or reconnecting with the past, they realize that there is no more attachment to it. Like, they are no longer either triggered by it, or there's no like emotional reaction or response to it. Like, for example, if this is referring to an ex that you have moved on from, this ex could be making a reappearance in the next 7 days, maybe even asking you to give them a second chance, or maybe seeking reconciliation. But upon seeing this ex, or once having a conversation with this ex, you realize that, oh, you no longer feel anything for this person. You no longer have an emotional attachment to this person. This person doesn't affect you the same way that they did in the past. There is no longer a connection. And so you can fully now, with peace of mind, let go of this person and move on. And that's what brings about the closure. Yeah, so that was just an example. It doesn't have to be your situation. It was more to kind of illustrate the energy that I'm picking up on here. But if something of your past, whatever it may be, happens to make a reappearance in the next 7 days, it is only to help you get closure over the situation, or help you realize whether you still have some emotional attachment to this. It's sort of to help you heal and close this chapter of your life in order for you to fully focus on this new chapter of your life that you're currently in. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here with these two cards. Yeah, so with emotional and sensitive, I do feel like sometime in the next 7 days, you might be feeling a bit emotionally sensitive, especially if something of your past is making a reappearance, because that might bring about certain emotions, or trigger certain memories that will bring about certain emotions. Or more specifically, what I'm seeing is that if there is any emotions that you have suppressed about this specific situation, these will be the emotions that will surface up in the next 7 days. And it's all with the purpose of you now taking the moment to clear these emotions out, feel through them, process them, so that you can release them. So that, again, there won't be any emotional attachment to this specific situation or to the past. It's, again, bringing closure and or closing that chapter of your life, fully letting go of it. Yeah, but the flower here is making me think of healing and also of new beginnings. So I do feel like in the next 7 days, you are going to be healing from a past hurt, a heartbreak, or this could be a very recent heartbreak, or even like recent disappointment. But I also see you experiencing betterment. Like you're possibly grieving, maybe you're mourning, you're healing the hurt, the pain, the disappointment. But at the same time, in the next 7 days, you are going to experience the betterment. The pain, the hurt is going to be less and less as the days progress. So you will be seeing some improvement in your mood, in your state of mind. And what just came to mind is in your willpower. If you start off the next 7 days feeling quite low, I feel like near the 7th day, you will find yourself feeling a lot better than how you did on the first few days, if that makes sense. Yeah, this does feel like a very gentle and gradual improvement. Yeah, and it's interesting because we do literally have the 7 of Swords, the number 7. So I feel like the number 7 in itself is pretty significant. Oh, and then if we reduce 4 and 43, we get the number 7 as well. Yeah, so I feel like you are going to see an improvement in the next 7 days. Like by the 7th day, there will be a major improvement or betterment. Yeah, and this energy also feels like something that is passing, isn't meant to stay for a long period of time. So I feel the advice here would be don't hold on to anything of the past that is making a reappearance in the next 7 days, because it's not meant to stay. And it's because this energy is of the past. It isn't something that is currently in alignment with you or will serve your highest good. That's why it's meant to be in passing. It's just passing by in order for it to fully be released or let go of. Also, the flower is making me think of like femininity and fertility. So for those of you who are of the female sex, in the next 7 days, you could be on your moon cycle, menstruating. Yeah, if you see a fluctuation or a shift in your mood when you are on your cycle, like if you tend to feel a little bit more emotionally sensitive during that time, or you or you feel physically sensitive, like parts of your body feel very sensitive, yeah, then you could be experiencing some of that in the next 7 days. You're menstruating. Yeah, so just take it easy on yourself, be gentle and nurturing to yourself. You guys know how to take care of your body. You guys know how to take care of your basic needs. So just, yeah, don't put yourself on the back burner. Okay? Prioritize yourself. Yeah, maybe this could be a heads up that if emotions are running high, don't take it upon yourself. Consider that maybe it is because you are going through a hormonal change, or your body is going through some shifts and changes, and that could be the cause or one of the reasons why you are experiencing this emotional sensitivity, or you are experiencing these ups and downs in your emotional state or mood. Yeah, so there's just this overall advice to just be gentle and nurturing to yourself in these next 7 days. Like always, but especially in these next 7 days. Yeah, the flower is also making me think of self-care. And I keep thinking of something warm, like warm water, warm baths, a warm towel. Yeah, so some of you could get bloated or experience cramps, and maybe a warm bath, soaking your body in a warm bath could help, or just placing a warm towel in certain areas of your body might help. Yeah, and this person wearing this yellow robe, the color yellow is reminding me of like the solar plexus. Yeah, so your tummy might be feeling pretty sensitive in the next 7 days. So once again, I feel, I keep repeating this message, but be very nurturing, very mindful, very caring of yourself in the next 7 days. And if this is not you experiencing these changes, these shifts, it could be that someone that you're living with or someone that you spend a lot of time with could be experiencing some of these changes and or shifts, or they could be feeling pretty emotionally sensitive in the next 7 days. Yeah, so it's kind of the same message. If you can offer space for this person by being gentle, nurturing with them, understanding for what it is that they are going through or any cycle that they are currently experiencing. But these are all the messages I am seeing with these cards so far. So now I'm just going to pull out some oracle cards to get any last messages, advice, and or guidance from Spirit for the next 7 days. So we have, when you feel lonely, know that you are never alone. We are all connected through the harmony of non-physical energy that's always assisting you. And I don't know, I just immediately looked at this imagery here and it made me think of like self-care, self-nurture. Yeah, so in the next 7 days, you could feel called to do some self-care rituals, or just take it slow, you know, or just take your time. Take your time to, I don't know, take a bath, or do your morning routine, do your night routine. You know, just take some time for yourself is what I'm seeing. Yeah, you might feel called to take it slow and take some time for yourselves. This yellow flower here really stood out to me and made me think of a sunflower. I'm not sure if it really is a sunflower. So sunflowers or yellow flowers, or just the color yellow, yeah, could be of significance or importance in the next 7 days. You could find the color yellow very comforting or very healing for you, or some of you could actually be working to heal and or activate the solar plexus chakra. So that's why you might be feeling very attracted to the color yellow in the next 7 days. And the solar plexus is all about confidence, self-esteem, self-worth, how we view ourselves, our identity, and so forth. But what I'm mostly picking up on with the color yellow is self-compassion. Let me pull out one more card. Some of you could be spending or dedicating time to meditate, or for meditation practices. Yeah, there's something about connecting with the stars, connecting with source, connecting with the universe, aligning with the universe. Yeah, but let's see. We have, it's important to get fresh air daily, get outside, look up, move around in it, and breathe deep. Yeah, so again, this is making me think of self-care, you know, taking a walk around the block, taking a walk in the park, being in nature, breathing fresh air, and so forth. And we also have, don't be a problem solver, be a solution allower. Oh, I did speak about clarity. You finding clarity in the next 7 days. We kind of touched upon that, but what I'm getting here is that the answer, the solution is going to come to you. Or this could be a case in which something you've been struggling with or trying to find a solution for is going to fix itself on its own or solve itself on its own. I was going to say with this imagery here of this card that some of you could be aligning with an intent, and I'm noticing that everything is aligned here. The sun, the moon, the eye, the hands, the ocean, everything is in alignment. So I feel like if you have asked the universe for clarity over a situation or for an answer or for a solution for something, the universe is responding to you in the next 7 days. Like, you're aligning with the clarity, you're aligning with the answer. Like, things are coming into alignment, the pieces are coming together, everything is falling into place is the vibe I'm getting here. So this is more about allowing and being open and receptive to the answer, to the clarity that is aligning with you, that is coming your way, that is being revealed to you. Yeah, so just to give you an example, if you've been wondering about someone's intentions, like, you don't have to investigate yourself or assume what this person's intentions are, because in the next 7 days, they are going to come to you, literally come to you and reveal their intentions to you. Yeah, so you don't have to go out and seek for it or look for it because it's coming to you. What you've been seeking is literally gonna make its way to your door. Yeah, so the other scenario I'm getting here is like, if you ask the universe, is this the person for me? Or universe, is this the right fit for me? Is this in alignment with me? And so forth. Universe is going to reply. They're gonna let you know if this is in alignment with you, if this is for you or not. So in this next 7 days, pay attention, pay close attention. Because I feel like universe is going to be very, very clear cut and upfront with you. Like, all the cards are going to be laid on the table. Nothing will be hidden. Whether you choose to see or refuse to see what is being revealed to you, what is being shown to you, that will be up to you. But these are all the messages we have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading, that it brought some guidance and or clarity to you. If it did, please leave a like or a comment. And if you're new to this channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. I'm wishing you an amazing next 7 days, and until the next moment, bye-bye. Hello you guys who chose the Bloodstone. Bienvenidos to your reading, where we are going to take a look at the next 7 days, find out what the energy will be like, what it is that you can expect, and so forth. So before I start shuffling the decks, I would like to share with you what I picked up on when connecting with the energy of your group. So quite a few messages came through when tapping into this group's energy, which were looking for a way out, receiving a good omen, up, and away, and the last message is a line from a song. I don't know if it's a common phrase, but it goes, started from the bottom, now we are top shelf. I did hear this from a song titled Got It Like That by the songwriter, singer, rapper B.I., also known as Kim Hanbin, and it does feature 2 artists who are Destiny Rogers and Tyler Yahweh. If you want to, if you feel called to, I do recommend looking up the song, listening to it, maybe reading through the lyrics, because there could be some message in there for you. Or what I'm getting in specific is that the song could serve as some form of inspiration, or maybe one of the artists featured in this song could be a great inspiration to you. But I also feel like up, and away, and the message started from the bottom, now we are top shelf, are indicating that you are going to experience some immense growth or progress, possibly even a breakthrough or milestone in the next 7 days. Or there is this strong feeling of achievement, like feeling proud of yourself, of how far you have come, feeling good about where you are, about your progress, about your efforts, possibly your work ethic, your discipline. Yeah, but there is this feeling of like taking a moment to pat yourself on the back. Like, yes, this is a result of my hard work and dedication, or yep, I have come a long way, that kind of vibe. And with the message looking for a way out, if you guys have been trying to get out of something, I do feel like in the next 7 days, you are going to find a way out of this specific situation, or you are going to free yourself of a certain responsibility that you weren't looking forwards to. And what I'm getting specifically is in a respectful, ethical, and or amiable way. And then I feel like the message receiving a good omen is pretty self-explanatory. I also did get this sensation that your guides were kind of advising me or advising you to look up. This could be a metaphorical way to maybe advise you to hold your head up high, be proud of yourself, be proud of your achievements, of your accomplishments, of your efforts. Yeah, it could be either way of saying never ever look down on yourself. Be proud of yourself. Be supportive of your growth, of your progress, of your evolution. Or it could literally be them telling you to look up. I don't know. If you guys do look up right now, is there something that calls out to you? Is there something that stands out to you? What I was seeing in my mind's eye was like a blue sky. Yeah, maybe they're advising you to take a moment to look up at the sky, or if you're ever wondering about something or asking them for guidance about something, they are recommending for you to, in that moment that you ask for guidance or for assistance, to look up. Maybe the answer to your question will be somewhere in your field of vision once you do look up. Like, for example, right now, what's in front of me is a bookshelf. So if I had asked a question and then I looked up, my eyes would have fallen on a specific word. And that word could have been the answer to my question, or could have served as some form of guidance or something like that, you know? I don't know. Or maybe once you look up, you see a sign or something like that. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the cards. So let's see. Ooh, that was fast. So we have, number 66 with three's a crowd, trios or trois, and community, and the message. There are 3 or more energies to potentially work with or harness, 2 of which are not your own. These energies could want more from you in some way, or just 1 or 2 of them could be a secret energy not yet brought to the forefront. On the other hand, a situation where there is a crowd and excitement may just be beneficial for you. Oh. Okay, but now I'm going to pull out a clarifier. Oh, there was a... Oh no! I don't like when this happens. I like to have all the cards facing in the same direction. Okay, so let me fix this deck and then I'll come back. Okay, so they are all up right now. I don't even know why I felt called to do that. I'm not even taking reversals for these readings. This could be indicating that in the next 7 days, you might take your time to address something or to fix something or organize something. Yeah, so if you feel like you need to go over something or redo something, I feel like you are being let known that it is okay. If you feel it's necessary, if you feel it's going to upgrade things, make them much better, then go for it. Oh, I saw one card that was in reverse. Okay, but we have the 7 of Pentacles with number 38 and the flames. Ooh, I like this. Flames on the hearth indicates good fortune and neutralizes the evil. It's interesting how I said that if you felt called to look over something, revise it, review it, redo it, to go for it, because then we got the 7 of Pentacles. And the 7 of Pentacles, it's all about like hard work or reaping the rewards of your hard work and labor. I feel like the 7 of Pentacles represents patience, like carefully working on something, dedicating a lot of time and patience on something that you do want to see grow and be fruitful. Yeah, so you could be working on a project or on a personal endeavor that means a lot to you, that you really, really care about. The 7 of Pentacles also always reminds me of self-healing, of self-care. So this could even be like working on yourself, doing the inner work, doing some self-care. What just came to mind with all these faces here, it's like dedicating a time and space for like a skincare routine or a morning or a night routine. So you could be doing something like that in the next 7 days. We do have repeating numbers with 66, so repeated sixes. So the number 6 could be of significance. You might be seeing a lot of repeated sixes. The number 6 is, I'm associating with the 6th house in astrology, and it is the house of the day-to-day, daily routines, habits, health. Yeah, so I do see you paying more attention to your health, your physical health, your mental health. I also see some of you investing or paying more attention to your appearance. And again, I'm being reminded of like skincare routines. What else is coming to mind with the 7 of Pentacles? It's like being very mindful of your sleeping schedule, making sure that you're getting enough hours of sleep, that you're getting enough rest. The other thing I'm getting with fire here, it's like making sure that you are hydrated, like providing for your basic needs is what I'm getting. The other thing I'm seeing here, it's like seeing an improvement in your complexion. If you tend to have dry skin and you struggle with that and you have been working to improve that or change that, I do feel like in the next 7 days you are going to start seeing a change, like more dewier, glowier, brighter complexion. Yeah, because remember the 7 of Pentacles speaks about you reaping the rewards of your hard work. So if you have been working towards creating a change in your complexion, in your appearance, you are going to see a change in your appearance or improvement in your health in the next 7 days. And it's interesting, we're talking about the next 7 days and then we do literally have the number 7. Yeah, so it could be that by the end of the week or on the 7th day, you might see the most improvement. This could also be indicating that you are going to create a new habit that is going to give you a lot of good results in the long run. Yeah, so like for example, if you start getting into the habit of sleeping early or getting enough hours of sleep, that is going to give you a lot of positive results in the long run. Because it could be that in the long run, your health starts improving or you feel a lot healthier, or you feel a lot more energized, you feel a lot more clear-headed, motivated, etc. Yeah, because the fire is also making me think of passion, feeling energized, feeling motivated, and feeling creative as well. So with this energy of the 3 is a number of expansion, growth, and creativity. So I do also see you feeling quite creative or tapping into your creative energy in the next 7 days. I do see you working on something. It could be a creative project, or it could be like DIY projects, or it could just be feeling energized or motivated to work. To get involved in your work. You could even be, because we do have this energy of 3 as a crowd, of community, you could even be sharing ideas for like improvement or for new projects at your workplace or with the team. And a lot of you could actually be working in a team or working with a team in the next 7 days to create something, to improve something, to make improvements. Yeah, because I also get this energy of collaboration, teamwork. With 3 as a crowd. Yeah, and then with the number 38, again, the number 3 is a number of its expansion, growth, creativity, and the number 8, I see it as a number of diligence, practice. It is a number of work. So I do see you working with others in the next 7 days. Because we did get that message of started from the bottom, now we are top shelf. Again, with the 7 of Pentacles, I feel like that message is being confirmed because the 7 of Pentacles speaks about you reaping the rewards of your hard work and your labor. So you are definitely reaping some rewards in the next 7 days. But I also feel like a lot of you who like have a small business or you have a self-made business or a brand or something like that, you could be reaching a point in the next 7 days where you now have a team. Like your business has grown to this point in which you can now hire a team or a group of people to assist you or bring more people on board. Or it could be that whatever is growing or bearing fruit in the next 7 days is something that started off with a small team. Like what comes to mind is like a music label, a small agency, a small company that was built from the ground up by a small group of people, by a small team. And in the next 7 days, this small group of people, this team is kind of looking back on all they have accomplished, how much they have grown, how far they have come. And it could even be that this small group of people, this small team is starting to grow. Like I'm even getting this feeling of a family, you know, like a family is it's growing bigger. More people are integrating into the family, and it's no longer a small team, or it's no longer a team, it's a family now. Like you worked many hours, you pulled all-nighters with this group of people that now you're like close-knit. You have become a family. Yeah, because I also get that feeling of family, like a close bond with the Seven of Pentacles. Like you've all shed blood, sweat, and tears together to, you know, ignite this fire, to get this fire going and to maintain it. Yeah, and I feel like you're celebrating together. Like if this is a team effort, you're celebrating in the next 7 days. Like not only have we built this fire, but we've also maintained it all this time, and it's growing bigger and bigger. I'm also getting this feeling of managing, you know, because fire, if it's not managed, if it's not contained, it can spread and it can become reckless and dangerous. So what I'm also seeing is that in the next 7 days, you're also seeing how well you have managed something. And it could be by yourself, or like I said, it could be with a group of people, with a team. It's like this feeling of having everything in control, or feeling in control of a situation. The Seven of Pentacles also speaks about patience, taking things slowly. And what is coming through in specific is that you are seeing that patience, taking things one step at a time, has worked for you, has reaped a lot of good things for you. It's like not taking on more than you can handle. You know, it's okay to be ambitious, but it's like that fine line of being ambitious and being greedy. You know, and it feels like you have been very careful not to cross that line. And this is what has worked for you. I also get this feeling of time. Noticing, realizing that you do have enough time. That you can take your time. That things work out eventually. Things that are meant for you and that are of your highest good work out for you eventually. So there's no need to force things or chase after things, because what is meant for you will find you. Yeah, so it feels more like taking a moment to look back on your journey, to see what has worked out for you, what hasn't, to kind of see who are the people that have been there for you, to kind of take a moment to appreciate, you know, like appreciate the journey, maybe even appreciate the struggles, appreciate the efforts, not only your efforts, but also the effort put in by those who you have worked with, those who have helped you along the way. There's this sense of appreciation with the Seven of Pentacles. This could also be speaking about like growing a community. Maybe some of you have been working hard to build a community, grow a community, and in this next 7 days, it's like you seeing that you have created a very stable community, and that it has grown. It has grown over time. Yeah, so for those of you who have a social media presence, this could be something like in the next 7 days, you are seeing or recognizing that you have a strong following, that you have like a loyal, possibly this could even be like a loyal fan base, that you have like strong support, or that you are supported by a community or by a group of people, by a team. The feeling of knowing that someone or a group of people, a community has your back, that you can rely on others because they are reliable. I feel like this is also an indicator that you could be collaborating or working with someone new in the next 7 days, but I also feel like this is an energy for the future, for the near future. Like you will be collaborating and are working with new and more people. Yeah, I see a lot of like teamwork, working with others, creating with others, being inspired by others as well, and inspiring others. Because we do have this energy of the fire. And there was this message of, where was it? On the other hand, a situation where there is a crowd and excitement may be beneficial for you. Some of you guys could be attending an event, a very exciting event, like a concert or a music festival or a festival, a fair. An event that gets you all hyped up. Or this could be that you will be starring in an event, or you will be performing at an event, or you will be the one behind an event. Oh, if this is like a team effort, it could be that you have been working with a team or a group of people to get an event going. And in the next 7 days, you're getting this event going. Like, I don't know, like an art exhibition or an actual festival, a concert maybe. I'm even getting something like a pop-up store. But whatever it is, it's a hit. Because again, we do have the 7 of Pentacles and this message of indicating good fortune. I do see things going super well for you guys. Like it does very well, or you do very well, or you're a hit. You're a success. Yeah, because again, there's that feeling of accomplishment. Ooh, and then with this energy of crowd, yeah, some of you could actually be performing or exhibiting something or presenting something, and it's like you're attracting a crowd. If it's not like a live performance, a live exhibition, maybe it's something that you post online or you share online and it draws in a crowd, a large crowd. And that's how you start possibly building your community or an audience, a fan base maybe. Yeah. And then if we reduce the number 38, we get the number 11. And 11 feels like a pretty abundant number. Whenever I see repeated 11s, I think of like something manifesting. Yeah, so I'm getting magician vibes, like attracting blessings into your life or creating abundance or just being very magnetic, you know, attracting people like a siren calling in people your way. Yeah, so this next 7 days seem pretty fruitful for you guys. Yeah, and the other thing I'm getting is that even if you experience a lot of success, abundance, even if you have a lot of accomplishments under your belt, that is not slowing you down. On the contrary, it fuels the fire in you, or like it awakens an ambition in you. Like it inspires for you to create more, to dream bigger, have bigger goals, or have long-term goals, or like challenge yourself in new ways. Like it doesn't stunt you or stunt your growth, because the 7 of Pentacles also speaks about growth. So there's this vibe of continuous growth for you guys. Like you're always seeking to grow. Yeah, so you might be feeling quite ambitious in the next 7 days, or quite motivated, quite inspired by your own achievements, by your own progress, by your own accomplishments, or your own dedication. That's nice. Being inspired by you. Oh, what is that quote from Parks and Recreation? Leslie Knope says it. She goes, "I am big enough to admit that I am often inspired by myself." So that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this group, from you guys. So that's a really cool energy. Your energy, your vibe is quite nice. Yeah, so let's see, what else? With this fire being here, it's also making me think of protection. So know that you are being protected. You're being divinely protected. Your guides are not allowing for anything negative, like negative, dense, lower vibrational energy. Lower vibrational. To get near you, or to mess with your vibe, or mess with your energy. You are protected. Yeah, especially if there's a lot of eyes on you. Yeah, you guys have a really strong aura. Like you have a really strong protective shield around you. And I feel like you kind of had to work to build that strong protective shield over time. Again, especially if you are in the public eye, or if there are a lot of eyes on you or attention on you. And I feel like this protective shield also had to be built and reinforced over time, because you were eventually going to get to this point where there was going to be a lot of eyes on you, where you were going to be the center of attention, where you were going to be connecting with a lot of people. Because now the 3's crowd is also making me think of like networking. So you might be doing a lot of networking in the next 7 days. Yeah, so know that you are divinely protected. But those are all the messages I am seeing for you guys thus far. So now I'm just gonna pull out some oracle cards to get any last messages, advice, and guidance from Spirit. So let's see. Oh, okay. No. Okay. Ooh. So we have release worry, know that everything is going to be all right. And then looking at this eye over here was reminding me of the evil eye. It's like you are protected. You are divinely, spiritually protected. So release worry. Yeah, so if you have been worrying about anything, yeah, this is just reassurance from Spirit that everything is going to be all right. They got you. These hands here make me think of the universe's hands or your spirit guide's hands, like they got you. You're supported. They won't let you fall. Also, pay close attention to the imagery. There are a lot of like symbol here, and some of these could be of significance. You could be seeing some of these symbols or images a lot in the next 7 days. So like butterflies, white doves, or birds. Oh, we did speak about like looking up. So maybe white birds could be of significance, or birds. So like if you ask a question or you're worried about something and you look up and you see a white bird flying about, or a butterfly, or just a bird in general, that could be a confirmation from Spirit or reassurance from Spirit that everything is going to be all right, that they have your back, that you are in good hands, you are in the universe's hands, so to trust. And we also have fire, so more fire here. So fire could be an important element for some of you guys. You could be a fire sign, sun, moon, or rising, or have a lot of fire predominant in your chart, because we also have a volcano erupting. And if so, this could be serving as confirmation, but if not, that is totally okay. Fire just indicates passion, you know, passion, creativity, vigor, inspiration. Fire could also be a great element for cleansing, for protection. What just came to mind in specific was fuel. So you are going to be feeling pretty fueled in the next 7 days. Feeling pretty inspired. But we also have sun and a crescent moon. But now, let me pull out one more card. So we have, don't worry about proving yourself or making your mark in this life. There is no ending to who you are. Your energy never ceases to be. Yeah, so I feel like a lot of you guys are letting go of this need to prove your worth or prove yourself. I did speak about you realizing what works for you and what doesn't. Maybe in the past you were really preoccupied with proving that you were worthy of being somewhere, maybe of having the recognition that you had or the success that you had. And instead of that fulfilling you, like that being your motivation, proving your worth, it was causing you more stress, anxiety. It was unfulfilling for you. And what you're realizing now is that letting go of this need to prove your worth, prove your value, prove that you are deserving of your blessings, of your successes, is what is bringing you more fulfillment. Or it could be that you were very preoccupied with making your mark in this life, like being remembered, being recognized for something. And it's like now you're kind of releasing that mentality or that need. And that is really freeing you to do more, to create more, to be all of who you are. Yeah, and the vibe I'm getting with this card is you have already created a positive impact in the lives of many, or maybe in a field of work, a line of work, and you will create even more positive impact as you go. So it's like you are already doing great things, or you are already doing an amazing job. The message that keeps coming to mind, and then looking at this image here, it's like you are already on the way. I don't know, on the way to what? I feel like there's a destination that you guys want to reach, or there's something that you want to do, and Spirit is saying you are already on the way. You have been on the way. Yeah, so it's just like this vibe of you've been doing amazing. You've been doing a really great job. And it's not just by what you have accomplished, it's just by like you as a person, who you choose to be every day, how you choose to show up, not only for others, but also for yourself. Feel like your guides, universe, spirit, whoever it may be, they're pretty proud of you. They're very proud of you. You are an amazing person. Never doubt that. And it's okay if you do. Like universe, spirit, your loved ones, those who are around you, I feel like there's a lot of people around you who adore you and love you genuinely. They will remind you of how amazing you are. They won't ever let you forget. Yeah, but these are all the messages we have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance and clarity to you. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you're new to this channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the info is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Once again, thank you so much for being here, and a huge thank you to all of you who took a moment to watch the ads or just let them play in the background, since that is a simple way to support me and to support this growing channel. So if you did, I truly do appreciate it. But that is all for now. Wishing you a wonderful next 7 days, and until the next moment, bye bye. Hello you guys who chose the Amethyst, bienvenidos to your reading, where we are going to take a look at the next 7 days to find out what it is that you can expect. But before I start shuffling the decks and pulling out cards, I would like to share with you what I intuitively picked up on when connecting with the energy of your group. So only one word came to mind when tapping into this group's energy, which was resolve. So I believe this is indicating that in the next 7 days, something is going to get resolved. You are going to find a solution to a problem that you've been working on, or something that you have been worrying about is going to get sorted out in the next 7 days. Now, the interesting thing about this group was that I actually felt called to take a moment and light up an incense in order to cleanse the space, cleanse the energy. So this may be indicating that in the next 7 days, you might feel called to cleanse your space, your home, your office, your studio, wherever it is that you spend the most time in. Or if you have a sacred space in which you meditate, do rituals, engage in divination or spiritual practices. If you haven't already, this could be a reminder or a heads up from your spirit guides or spirit team that it's time to cleanse your space, your sacred space. Yeah, so if, for example, you pull out cards for yourself, you do readings for yourself, wherever it is that you keep your divination tools, your tarot, wherever it is that you do readings for yourself, is the space that in the next 7 days you might feel called to cleanse, as well as cleansing any tools and or instruments that you work with. You know, like for example, divination tools such as tarot decks, oracle decks, runes, crystals, and so forth. Yeah, so it could be that in the next 7 days, you might be working with divination tools for the first time or more frequently than usual, or you might be creating space to connect with spirit or connect with energy, maybe do energy readings. Yeah, and your guides are just giving you a heads up that it's important to cleanse your space before and after. Yeah, maybe that's just a reminder for some. But now I'm going to move into the cards because that's all that is coming through intuitively. So I will first pull out an oracle card. And we have, I'm sorry you guys, I had to put a post-it on this because of YouTube's guidelines. But we have penetration with infiltration, impose, and access. The number 70 and the message, there is a strong energy trying to enter into your energy space in some way. It's a strong force you may not expect. There may also be a need for you to feel it necessary to impose yourself in a situation and make yourself known. Okay, so that's why there were so many messages about cleansing your space and cleansing the tools that you work with. Yeah, because this is all about protecting your energy and protecting your space. And I'm noticing that I am so spacey right now. I feel a bit ungrounded actually. So you might feel a bit ungrounded in the next 7 days. So doing some grounding meditations or grounding exercise might help in feeling more centered, more present, as well as in helping to protect your energy space. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot going on around you energetically. This message of there is a strong energy trying to enter into your energy space in some way. I feel like it's referring to actual energy and not so much, you know, people trying to impose or get into your business. I mean, that could be the case, but really I'm sensing it's more energy. Yeah, so if you have recently started working with divination tools or started practicing connecting with spirit, channeling messages and so forth, remember that it is important to set intentions of who it is that you want to connect with, who it is that you want to channel, what kind of energies you want to welcome into your space. Yeah, because the vibe I'm getting here, it's like someone has opened a doorway or a gateway and there's just a lot of energy coming through. Yeah, so if you feel called to in the next 7 days, do look into cleansing your space. You could do that with Palo Santo, with incense. You could also do it with sound bowls, with high frequency music. And then we have the Ace of Cups with number 11 and the Fox. Okay, interesting. So the number 11 is making me think of the Justice card in tarot, since it is the 11th major arcana. The Justice card often makes me think about boundaries, protecting your space. And actually, the Ace of Cups is a card that often reminds me of a safe and sacred space. Yeah, I feel like in the next 7 days, you might feel called to clean and cleanse your space. Yeah, so you might be doing a thorough cleaning of your home, your apartment, your dorm, your bedroom, your work space. You might be removing items that are just taking up space, collecting dust. You could also be rearranging the furniture in your house or in your space. And it's all to help get the energy flowing and to create a more light and airy space for you to be in. And as I mentioned, I also see you doing a thorough energy cleansing. But the other thing I'm seeing with the Ace of Cups is that some of you could feel called to create a safe and sacred space in the next 7 days. Somewhere in which you can go to, meditate, to just be with yourself, be in solitude, somewhere where you can introspect, somewhere where you could do your spiritual practices or just engage in your personal hobbies, your personal pursuits. And if you already have an actual physical safe and sacred space in which you go to, that's kind of like your sanctuary, there is a heads up to be very mindful and careful as to who you invite and let into this space. Because with the Fox here, sorry, you guys, I had to change the sticky note because the other ones would keep on sticking. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. I do feel like someone might be carrying or bringing into your space some not so good energy. Yeah, so if you think of your home, your house, your apartment, your dorm, your bedroom, your living space as your sanctuary or safe and sacred space, be very careful and mindful of who you invite or let in to your sanctuary in the next 7 days. Yeah, because with the Fox here, I'm getting something like jealousy, envy, as well as judgment. So this could be someone that tends to be very judgmental, or they just have a very strong energy and or presence. So when they are not in a good place and they project that, it could really have an impact on whoever it is that they are projecting it onto. Even if they might not do it intentionally. Yeah, so if you are having visitors over in the next 7 days, or someone does happen to enter your space, it's all good. Just remember to cleanse your space afterwards if you can. You can even set an intention. You can even call upon your spirit guides or angels if you work, connect, and or resonate with angels to help you cleanse and purify your space. Yeah, but there's just this heads up to be very mindful of who it is that you allow into your space in the next 7 days. And the other thing I'm getting with the Ace of Cups is be very mindful as to who you share your personal and intimate matters with. Yeah, because the Ace of Cups is also making me think of vulnerability. Yeah, and with penetration and infiltration, I do feel like in the next 7 days, someone is going to be very pushy. Like if it's someone that you just met, or if it's someone that hasn't been over to your place, they could be asking you over and over to come over, or they could be very persistent about coming over or about seeing your safe and sacred space, or they could kind of be asking a lot of personal questions, trying to kind of get you to open up about something that maybe you're not so comfortable about sharing or talking about. Yeah, someone might be very nosy in the next 7 days. And it's peculiar because I don't sense this is someone that you're very familiar with or quite close with. I don't think this is someone that you have an intimate relationship with. Yeah, so if that's the case, it might even throw you off how interested this person is in your personal matters, or how much they're pushing to come over or see your workplace or see how it is that you work. There's something about them wanting to see more of something that you do. Yeah, it could be that you share something with this person and it kind of sparks their interest or their curiosity and they want to know more, like they want to get involved or get in on it in some way. So maybe, I don't know, this is quite strange. Actually, this energy is very, very peculiar. Yeah, just as an example that is coming to mind is maybe you meet someone at a social gathering event and you share with them what it is that you do professionally. Or you share with them a business idea that you have, and they become very interested and they start asking more and more about it, and they kind of want to get your personal information because they want to get in on this business, and they're kind of pushing for it. Yeah, because we do have this energy of impose. It's like they want to impose themselves into something that you're doing or working on, or something that you shared with them. Yeah, so the other heads up here could be very careful and mindful as to what you choose to share with strangers or people who you've just met, or it could even be people that you know very well. Just be very, very careful. Yeah, because this could even be speaking about you sharing something very intimate with someone that you know quite well, and you're not asking for their opinion, you're not asking for any advice, but then they kind of give you their unwanted opinion or their unwanted advice, or they feel that just because you shared this with them, now they have a say in the matter. Now they are involved. Yeah, so maybe there's an advice here to not overshare in the next 7 days, or just be very careful as to who you share your personal matters with, as well as your private information with. Yeah, and be very careful as to what it is that you share. Yeah, this could even have something to do with like the internet. Just be very careful what kind of websites you're inputting your personal information into. Yeah, because there could be some sketchy websites out there, some sketchy services or subscriptions. So just make sure to do your research. Verify that everything's legit before you subscribe to anything, before you input your personal information, or before you give your personal information away to anyone on the web, on the internet. Be very careful with that in the next 7 days. Yeah, because the overall vibe I'm getting here, it's like, don't be too quick to trust, especially someone that you just met, especially if it is someone on the internet or the web. Don't be too quick to trust. Yeah, because something feels very sketchy here. I don't exactly know what. It's just the energy here doesn't feel all that balanced. It doesn't feel all that stable, whatever energy is coming into your space in the next 7 days. And it doesn't have to be an energy that stays. It doesn't even have to be an energy that does come into your space. Because if you are practicing your boundaries, if you are being very mindful, if you're being very careful, then this energy here doesn't have to come anywhere near you or enter your space or get involved with you in any way. Yeah, that's why this is just a heads up. Yeah, and if someone keeps pushing and pushing, like, don't feel like you need to give in. Don't feel like you need to appease this person or please them by giving them exactly what they're asking for. Because if you don't feel comfortable with this person or this energy, whatever it may be, you don't have to give space for it. You can, respectfully place and implement your boundaries and respectfully say no, if no is what you want to say. Yeah, because I don't know why. This is very peculiar, but this energy I'm picking up on, it feels new. It feels like like a stranger, like someone that you might know but don't really know, like you just met them or you know them through an acquaintance, but they're coming through as if you're long lost friends, or as if you have a very special bond or connection to one another. It's like they want to insert themselves into your life as if they've always been there, as if there was always a space for them. It's a bit peculiar. It gives me that vibe of like two friends who haven't seen each other in a long time, and then all of a sudden they meet and it's like they pick up right where they left off. Like that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this energy here, or this person, whoever this may be. But the strange thing about this is that there was no previous relationship or connection. Or maybe this is the case for some. Maybe this is someone that you used to know, that you had some relationship or connection to in the past, but then you went your separate ways, and then you've recently reunited, or you will be reuniting in the next 7 days, and they want to pick up right where you left off, but it's like you don't feel the same way. Like to you it's a bit strange because the dynamic is different now. Or maybe this is a situation in which like the dynamic was always imbalanced, like maybe one person took the connection or relationship too seriously and the other one didn't. Yeah, because the Justice card also speaks about balance and reciprocity, like there being mutual feelings in a connection, partnership, or relationship. But the vibe I'm getting here is that something is skewed. With the Ace of Cups. Oh, okay. The Ace of Cups often speaks about unconditional love and self-love. So it does kind of remind me of like one-sided love or affection. So maybe for some this could be a one-sided relationship where there is unreciprocated feelings. Maybe someone is platonically or romantically interested in the other, but the other isn't. Yeah, but the one who is interested kind of keeps pushing for it to happen. Yeah, so just remember to respectfully implement and place your boundaries, as well as be very clear as to what your intentions are. And because we did have this message of there may also be a need for you to feel it necessary to impose yourself in a situation and make yourself known. This could also be a reminder to respect other people's boundaries. Yeah, because the Justice card is also about respect, respecting each other's boundaries. Yeah, so let me pull out one more card to clarify, because that's mostly what I'm getting from these two cards. And we have the Eight of Wands, number 13, with the snake. Yeah, yeah, if someone is being very pushy in the next 7 days, or they're being overly friendly or overly enthusiastic, the Ace of Cups with the Eight of Wands is reminding me of like love bombing. Yeah, be very mindful of this person. I keep being reminded of like that stereotypical character in a movie who wants to be best friends with the main character and wants to know her deepest, darkest secrets and wants to know everything about her and gives herself the title of the best friend, but in reality she's super jealous and envious of the main protagonist, and she just wants all this insight about the main protagonist simply to one up the main protagonist. Yeah, this could be someone who comes in declaring intentions of friendship and camaraderie, but in reality, they have their own personal agendas. In reality, they have their own sneaky plans up their sleeves. Yeah, so the phrase or the message that just came to mind is don't give everything away. Yeah, don't share your secrets with this person or whoever is being quite pushy or persistent in the next 7 days. Yeah, because this person might want to use these secrets against you, or they might want to take them and claim them as their own. Because this could even be someone who may want to collaborate or work with you. These are just examples that are coming to mind. Doesn't have to be your specific situation, but for example, This could be a colleague at work that asks you for help on a project that they were assigned, and you end up doing most of the work, and then they take full credit for it. They never mention your name. Yeah, I guess just the overall and important message for the next 7 days is protect your space, cleanse your space, implement your boundaries, be very careful and mindful as to who you allow into your space, who you allow into your life, who you share your personal matters with, and how much you share. Yeah, and if there is someone who's not allowing you into their space, who is just, placing up a barrier, I feel like there is an advice to not push. Yeah, and why would you ever want to be in a space where people are not appreciating your presence, your energy, your very being? Yeah, so that's what I'm mostly seeing with these cards. But now I'm going to pull out some oracle cards to get any last messages, advice, and or guidance from spirit for the next 7 days. But before I do that, I do want to point out the numbers that we have here. So we have the number 13, the number 11, as well as the number 70. If we reduce this number, we get the number 7. So these could be important numbers for the next 7 days. If it happens to be the 7th, 11th, or the 13th of the month in the next 7 days, pay close attention to those days because they could be of importance or significance. The Ace of Cups is associated with water signs. So the zodiac signs, Cancer, Pisces, and or Scorpio could be of significance. Could be your sun, moon, or rising sign, or could be the sun, moon, or rising sign of the energy or the person I have been picking up on for this reading. I also did mention Libra with the number 11, and the number 13 is reminding me of the 13th major arcana in the deck, and that is the Death card, and the Death card is associated with the zodiac sign Scorpio. So the zodiac sign Scorpio could be of significance. I keep fumbling on my words. I've been having so much difficulty speaking when doing this reading. Yeah, so there could even be someone in the next 7 days that whenever you meet up with them, whenever you are around them, they never offer you space to speak. Like, they're the ones who are always kind of speaking or talking or carrying the conversation. Or it could even be something like they tend to talk over you or dismiss whatever it is that you said. Like, they could be very dismissive. Okay, but let me pull out some cards. Okay. So this one flipped over and we have procrastination simply means you are not energetically ready. Don't push. You will get what you need done when you are ready, and it will be effortless. The imagery here is so interesting because we have this person who seems to be channeling or receiving signals or sending out signals. So that's making me think of an open and active crown chakra. So maybe it could be that your crown chakra will be very open and active in the next 7 days, and that's why there's so much energy coming in. So again, just remember to protect your energy, cleanse your space, set intentions to close your energy centers when you are no longer working with them. Like, if you open your crown chakra in order to channel messages from spirit or connect with spirit, but then you're done, you can set an intention to close your crown chakra or any energy center so that you won't get unwanted energy coming into your space or you channeling unwanted energy unknowingly. Yeah, and I was going to say that this black dog was making me think of protection, being divinely protected or protected by your spirit guides. But the other thing I got from this black dog was like energy attachments. Yeah, so if your energy starts feeling heavy or you find yourself feeling quite drained, very fatigued, and it's not because you have been physically exerting yourself or, mentally exerting yourself in any way, then it could be that you are holding on to energy that isn't of you. So again, that's when it's recommended to cleanse. But if you have a canine or an animal companion, I feel like this animal companion is a spirit guide of yours or is a protector of yours. Like, they will be helping you to protect your energy or protect your space. in the next 7 days. And I feel like this is something that they do in general. Yeah, they could very well be your spirit animal, physically incarnated in this 3D. But we also have your inner being is a natural state of love. Love regardless of the conditions. Yeah, the best thing to do to maintain your energy pure is to be in the energy of love. To remember that your natural state is love. When we are connected with our inner being, when we are in our natural state, nothing can touch us. We are safe, we are protected. Anything that is not in the energy of love just bounces right off of us. Yeah, and with the Ace of Cups, practice self-love in the next 7 days. And not just in the next 7 days, you know, in general. Practice self-love, practice love, and you're good. You're all good. There's also a heads up. Just be very mindful about any ritual or practices you're thinking about doing. Yeah, just see if they are truly in alignment with your morals, with your values. Yeah, because what's coming up is like spells or rituals. Yeah, just be very mindful of the intent that is going behind certain spells or rituals. Are they coming from a space of love? Are these intents in alignment with that of your highest good? And are they in alignment with your inner being? And are they in alignment with your morals, with your values? Yeah, because again, the number 11 is reminding me of the Justice card, and the Justice card speaks about cause and effect. Kind of reminds me of the law of attraction. You know, whatever it is that you put out there, whatever energy and intention you send out into the universe, you will eventually get back in some way or the other. So just be very mindful and careful about your intent, your intentions in the next 7 days, especially if you are practicing or doing any spells or rituals or intentionally connecting with or sending out energy. I know these are all very vague and cryptic messages, but I'm a little bamboozled here myself, you know, so just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If the shoe doesn't fit, don't force it to fit, just let it be. Oh, okay. In the next 7 days, be very careful as to who you allow to tap into your energy. So for example, if you're thinking about going to a reader or going to someone who does spell work, like if something feels off right from the get-go, then don't force it. Don't feel like you have to get a reading from this reader, for example, or you have to connect with this psychic or medium or intuitive. Yeah, because sometimes it has nothing to do with like bad intentions or bad juju or anything like that. It's just, you know, the energies don't match. Your energies just don't align. Yeah, and so if you were to force it or push it, that might result in you not getting a really good reading or you not having a really great experience. Yeah, so just be very mindful. And what I'm getting in specific is just be very careful with anyone who promises quick and amazing results. Yeah, because I normally don't give this message, but for the next 7 days, I do feel like this could be the case in which if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Yeah, again, especially if this person is pushing, you know, if they're trying to sell you something, if they're trying to even scare you into doing something or paying for something. Yeah, if there's fear involved or like intimidation, then that could definitely be a red flag to look out for. Yeah, again, remember to implement and practice your boundaries, and remember that you don't have to say yes. If you're not vibing with it, if you don't feel comfortable with it, if you feel like fear is the reason why you're even accepting this in the first place, then, you know, take a moment to pause, take a step back, and reconsider. Because again, you can say no and you can walk away if you feel called to do so, if you feel like that's the best course of action. Yeah, but these are all the messages we have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you're new to this channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Thank you so much for being here, and I am wishing you an amazing next 7 days. Until the next moment, bye bye. Hello you guys who chose the rose quartz, bienvenidos to your reading. So we are going to take a look at the next 7 days from whenever you happen to be watching this reading to find out what it is that you can expect and so forth. But before I start shuffling the decks and pulling out cards, I would like to share with you what I intuitively picked up on when connecting with the energy of your group. So 2 words came to mind, which were here and present. And in actuality, when tapping into this group's energy, I felt very grounded. My mind tends to be quite noisy. There's constant chatter in my mind, so it's quite rare when my mind goes completely silent. And that's what happened when I was tapping into your energy. My mind just went completely silent. So I feel this is indicating that the next 7 days are going to be quite peaceful. So in other words, your mind is going to be pretty clear in the next 7 days. You aren't going to find yourself being distracted by unnecessary thoughts or intrusive thinking or mental chatter. And I don't know how you might feel about having a silent or tranquil mind, because I did pick up on a bit of discomfort as well as resistance, which I mean is normal if we are used to mental chatter and noise. Silence might feel a bit uncomfortable because it is something different, it is something new. And so because it is unfamiliar, it is different, we might resist it or we might fight against it, because that is kind of what I sensed. It's like I was naturally experiencing this peace and silence without even trying. And then I found myself fighting against it by trying to make some noise, by trying to think and disrupt the silence, the peace. So there is an advice for the next 7 days to go with the flow. You know, get familiarized with this silence, with this tranquility, with this feeling of slowness as well. Yeah, because most of us crave inner peace, but when we actually have it, when we are starting to experience it, we find ways to disrupt it because we're not familiar with it. We're not accustomed to it, and it feels strange to us. It feels uncomfortable. And it could even feel like a threat. Like, this isn't normal. This isn't what I'm used to. There's something wrong here. But in reality, nothing is amiss. This is just you experiencing peace, tranquility, slowness after a while of experiencing stress, anxiety, worry, overthinking, and so forth. Yeah, so get familiarized with this energy so that you can welcome more of it into your life if, you know, peace, tranquility is what you want to experience. But the other thing I sensed was a lot of pressure in the center of my face, specifically on the nose area. This made me think of nasal congestion. Some of you could have or struggle with rhinitis, and so you could be experiencing some symptoms in the next 7 days, or you could be experiencing something like seasonal allergies. Yeah, so if that is something common for you, if that's something you often experience, then yeah, just take it slow in the next 7 days. I know allergies and nasal congestion can be such a pain in the butt, so I hope this isn't something that lasts long and clears up pretty quickly. And honestly, I do feel that will be the case. Yeah, but now I'm going to move into the cards. So I'm going to first pull out an oracle card, and then I will pull out one tarot card. So let's see, what is it that you can expect in the next 7 days? Okay, so this one flipped over and this one fell out. So let's see. We have don't make plans with number 78, spontaneity, and the message, sometimes planning too early in advance has a strong probability of things not turning out exactly how you planned. Don't put any expectations into a situation. Go with the flow and allow in spontaneity. More fun surprises are accepted this way. And we also have yawn with boredom, the number 65, and there's a situation that no longer needs your attention. There is boredom that is to be reached, so say goodbye for now. This may also be an indication that you need more sleep. Whatever the case, it's time to take a break from any monotony, whether in thought, people, or situations. Now I'm going to pull out one tarot card. Oh, okay. So we have the King of Cups in reverse with overly emotional, depressed, and unbalanced. Okay. So actually, now looking at these cards, that mental silence that I picked up on could have actually been a sign of boredom. Or the other thing I'm getting is like spaciness. Maybe for some it's the complete opposite. Maybe you're having trouble focusing because you keep finding yourself spacing out. And it is because whatever it is that you're supposed to be focusing on isn't mentally stimulating, isn't fulfilling, it isn't something that engages you, captivates your attention. Yeah, because we do have the King of Cups here, and this king is associated with the element of water, and water is all about the emotions, feelings. So what I'm seeing with the King of Cups in reverse is that there is a lack of emotional fulfillment. You are not being emotionally stimulated, and this is resulting in boredom, and you not connecting with something that it is that you are doing or that you are supposed to be doing. So for example, this could pertain to work or your job. You're not feeling emotionally fulfilled by your work, or you're not feeling an emotional connection to your work, and that is resulting in boredom. Because I just noticed that the card at the bottom of the deck is the King of Swords, and this king is all about the mental realm, the mind, the intellect. Yeah, so I feel like there's a lack of like mental stimulation as well as like emotional fulfillment. So with the Don't Make Plans card, I feel like the advice for this month is to do something that is out of the norm. Do something that is not part of your day-to-day routines or habits. And it's sort of with the intention of getting you out of this funk, if you do feel like you've been in a funk. Yeah, because I feel like there is a need for stimulation. So I will say, based on the cards, I don't see much occurring in the next 7 days. The energy does feel it feels pretty gentle, quite peaceful, to be honest. Maybe that's why I felt that sense of peace at the beginning. Like, I don't see any drama, I don't see any chaos. So the vibe I'm getting here is things will continue being the same as they have. If things have been going pretty slow, or, you know, not much has been happening, like every day feels pretty much about the same as the previous day, this energy will consist to the next 7 days unless you decide to do something different, unless you take some form of action to create some change in your daily routine. That's what I'm getting with Don't Make Plans. Like, for example, let's say if it is your work that is unfulfilling, that isn't stimulating you, that is just possibly even sucking the energy or the life out of you because its lack of fulfillment is so draining to you, then the advice here would be, in the next 7 days, try to find something out of work that can offer you the fulfillment that you feel you're lacking at work. For example, if it is mental stimulation that you are needing, maybe after work or when you have free time, do something that you know is mentally stimulating. I don't know, if you enjoy reading, maybe reading a book, or possibly even learning something new. Instead of reading a fantasy or a fiction book, read a book or a text article that is educating you about a specific topic. Yeah, and with the King of Cups, this is about engaging with something that you are passionate about, engaging with something that you truly enjoy. Yeah, so for example, if you enjoy music, this could be, you know, learning how to play a new instrument, or if you are already familiar with an instrument, just picking up that instrument and practicing. You know, it could even be about improving a skill that you are passionate about, or learning more about something that you are already familiar with and that you are already interested in. That has nothing to do with your work, or maybe it is related to your work, but it might not be something that you are exactly working on at the moment. Because who knows, by you exploring something new and different, by you engaging with something new and different, you might find a new passion, or you could even start creating a doorway to a new career path. Or you might start creating momentum, for you to transition into a new career path, or a new profession, a new line of work. Or for you to build or create something of your own, like start your own business. Yeah, because this boredom here and this lack of fulfillment could be indicating that you have outgrown your current environment or your current space, that it's time to level up. It's time to start something new, explore something different. It's time to start considering other options. But moving on to the next chapter of our lives doesn't have to be such a harsh transition. It could be something gradual. It could be something that builds up, especially if you are not so sure what the next step is or what this new chapter is all about. So I feel like what you are experiencing at the moment, and I don't necessarily feel like it's just going to be in the next 7 days, but I feel like this is an energy that will continue. It's like you are going to start gaining a better focus about what it is that you are needing, what the next step is, and so forth. But I feel like this will come by you exploring, by you kind of maybe getting out of your comfort zone a little bit, by you trying out new things, by you kind of investigating and researching through first-hand experience. Just to give you a very easy example, let's say if you are currently working at a company, but you're not vibing with this company anymore, or the work that you're being assigned, then maybe what is being encouraged here is that while you are still working at this company, to start looking into other jobs, maybe even start applying and interviewing. I don't know if that's like something that you can do or is recommended while you're still working, but if you can, like maybe that is something that might help, so that when you do find something, that you feel called to, that you resonate with, that you are excited about starting, you can quit your current job knowing that you do have something to fall back on. What I'm seeing here is like creating a smooth transition for yourself, creating some form of momentum. Or if you're choosing to learn something new on the side, this could help you later on, because that knowledge that you acquired could open doors of opportunity later on for you. Like for example, let's say if you decide to learn coding on the side, you having acquired some basic knowledge about coding can help you when you start applying for jobs in programming, because you now have some like basic knowledge about it. You now have some experience. Yeah, so it's things like that. Yeah, so I feel like in the next 7 days, you're being encouraged to start creating momentum for change, because I feel like you guys are in need of some change, something new, something different, something that will help your blood start flowing again, your creative juices to start flowing again. But the other thing I was sensing with these cards is that I did give an example at the beginning about how if we are used to a very hectic mind or chaotic energy or drama, when we experience tranquility, peace, and slowness, it might feel very uncomfortable. And we might purposefully try to create some drama or some worry or anxiousness in order to bring back what is familiar to us, to no longer feel this discomfort of the unfamiliar. And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting with these three cards, especially with the boredom card. It's like someone who is so used to fast-paced living, they might feel bored when things start moving more slowly. They might feel bored when they have nothing to worry about, when they have nothing to ruminate about, because they are so used to the fast-paced, to the constant thinking, like the mind being constantly active in some way. It's like this feeling of I need to be doing something, I need to be thinking about something, my mind needs to be working on something, and it's not, and what do I do? What do I do then? It's like you have all this time and space even, and you don't know what to do with it. Like, how do I fill up my time? How do I fill up, my mind is blank right now, how do I fill it up? With don't make plans, it's kind of this advice of like, your mind doesn't always have to be active in that way. You don't always need to be thinking and worrying about something. You don't always have to be on the go, go, go. Your emotions don't always have to be running high. You don't always have to be on edge. You could also be calm. You could also be still and be okay. Yeah, so I do feel like some of you guys are getting familiar with taking things slow with a quiet mind. And for others of you, I feel like this is more about you possibly building momentum, healthy momentum to get out of a rut, to create some emotional and mental stimulation. Yeah, but with the King of Cups showing up here, which this king is literally a doctor, there is this heads up about being mindful that you aren't seeking something that will simply bring short-term gratification or pleasure. Like, this is about building healthy momentum, healthy change, a healthy transition, and not seeking, things that might just distract us for the moment. Because usually things that bring short-term gratification end up being things that create negative habits or create even addictions. When I was tapping into this group's energy, there was this heads up about not falling back into negative tendencies or negative habits, especially if you worked very hard to get out of that. To give you an easy example, like someone who finds themselves feeling bored, and so they start entertaining themselves with negative thinking, like thinking about the worst case scenario and really going into depth or detail about these worst case scenarios. Or someone who's starting to feel bored or emotionally unfulfilled, and so instead of feeling through their emotions, they try to distract themselves with spending hours and hours upon hours scrolling through social media or just mindlessly watching videos or content. Yeah, so the advice here is just pay attention to what it is that you are needing. Is it mental stimulation? Is it emotional stimulation? What is it that you are needing? And find something healthy to fulfill that need. It's sort of like, don't try and put a band-aid over the issue. Look at the issue straight on and ask it, what is it that you require in order for you to start healing properly? Because I feel like whatever it is that you're experiencing, it's not about finding a quick fix for it. Because a quick fix will only make the problem or the issue persist. It will only prolong it. So really see what needs to change, or what adjustments are needed, or what needs to improve, what needs to be looked at. Yeah, so I am seeing two different situations here. Like, for some, change is needed, it is required. And for others of you, you are being advised to kind of get familiarized with the changes that are already occurring. Because I feel like for some, this is about you getting familiarized with feeling at peace, with taking it slow, and so forth. Yeah, and maybe some of you guys are experiencing a little bit of both. So just, please use discernment and take it how it resonates. But I do feel like the advice for the next 7 days is, to either go with the flow. Yeah, because with don't make plans, it's like, for those of you who are getting familiarized with slow living, with taking it slow, with tranquility and so forth, this don't make plans card is advising for you to not force anything, Yeah, so just to give you an example, let's say I'm used to eating snacks late at night. That's my routine. At like 9 p.m., I get up to fix myself a snack and eat. But now, at night, I find that I'm no longer feeling hungry. I don't crave snacks. And that is unusual to me because I'm used to eating at 9 p.m. every night. And so I might start debating, like, I'm not hungry, I'm actually quite full, but I always eat snacks at 9 p.m. So even if I'm full, even if I'm not hungry, even if I don't want to, I'm going to fix myself a snack and eat it because that's what I do every night at 9 p.m. So that's kind of an example of resisting, of going against the flow and of forcing, Don't don't force certain plans that are no longer in alignment with you. You know, don't force certain routines or habits that are no longer in alignment with you just because they are what you used to do, just because it is what you are familiar with. And I gave that example because I've experienced this firsthand. And let me tell you, when I force myself to follow old ways, I never end up feeling good. I always feel really bad afterwards. In this specific example, I end up feeling bloated, I end up feeling funky the next day, or I have trouble falling asleep that same night. So yeah, don't go against the flow, even if it's a bit uncomfortable, because change is always uncomfortable. That's why a lot of people don't like change. And it is because you're getting out of something old and stepping into something new. Yeah, and for others of you, the Don't Make Plans card is advising you to actively seek change. Do something different, do something that is more in alignment with you, that emotionally fulfills you, that excites you, to get you out of this funk, this boredom, this monotony. Yeah, the other thing I'm getting with these 3 cards is that you might find yourself feeling pretty fatigued in the next 7 days. And again, it could be because you are feeling quite bored, and sometimes when we're bored, that leads to mental fatigue or physical fatigue. And so you might be taking a lot of naps in the next 7 days, or you might feel inspired to take a nap, take a break, or just take things slow. And for others of you, it's because you are experiencing this transition. Like, you are moving from a very go-go energy into a more slow-paced, go-with-the-flow kind of energy. And I was a bit hesitant to mention this because I'm not a clinical doctor, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I can't dismiss it because it's staring me right in the face. We do have this keyword depression, and seeing the overall vibe of this spread, it could be that some of you are dealing with depression. And because we literally have a doctor here with the King of Cups, this is just a reminder, if you haven't already and if you feel called to do so, remember that it's okay to reach out for professional help and or support, or reach out to a loved one whom you trust, whom you feel safe with, to share with them what it is that you are going through. You don't have to deal with this alone. You don't have to struggle on your own. Remember that it is okay to have support, to be supported as we work through something difficult, as we get out of a difficult phase. And also, please remember to be nurturing and gentle with yourself as you are healing, as you are processing heavy emotions or are working through heavy and or difficult things. I just feel it's important to remind each other that it's okay to be supported, to reach out for help, because oftentimes we think, we feel, we believe that we need to struggle alone, or that our worries, our fears, our pain, or what pains us isn't important, or that we're making a big deal out of things. But no, if it matters to you, if it's hurting, if it's painful, then it's important, it's valid. And even though this might be kind of sometimes difficult to believe, we are not alone. And if we are struggling with something, or we are working through something, it is most likely that someone else is working through the same thing or has gone through the same thing. So there are people out there who will understand or have an idea as to what it is that you are going through. And there will be people out there who, even if they themselves don't fully understand, they will still be open and willing to listen and offer space for understanding and for healing. Yeah, but I didn't mention the zodiac signs I was seeing in the spread. So we do have the King of Cups, and that's water signs. So Cancer, Scorpio, and or Pisces. This could be your sun, moon, or rising, but doesn't have to be. This card is indicating more the energy that you will be embodying or experiencing in the next 7 days. And we also have the numbers 78 and 65. So these could be important numbers that you might be seeing often in the next 7 days, or the numbers 7, 8, 6, and 5, or these could be indicating specific dates. So if in the next 7 days it happens to be the 7th, the 6th, the 5th, or the 8th, those specific days could be of significance or importance. Yeah, but now I'm just going to pull out some extra oracle cards to get any last messages, advice, and guidance from Spirit for the next 7 days. I will say I felt a bit spacey when doing this reading. Like, it took me a while to bring the messages together and convey them. So like I said, you might be feeling a bit spacey or like a bit in a funk. But we have, if you are uncertain, know this is okay. Trust the answer will come in due time and you will know exactly what to do. Yeah, so there's also an advice to pace yourself, you know, as mentioned, if you feel like it's time for a change, if you feel like it's time to try something new and different, but you're feeling quite frustrated at the fact that you don't know what it is that needs to change or what new thing you need to start focusing on, then know that not knowing is okay. Maybe it's not yet time for you to fully know and understand what is the next step. Or the other more specific thing I'm seeing here is that the answers will come to you once you start exploring, because I feel like we often have this mentality that we need to know, like we just need to know what we need to be doing without us having put ourselves in a situation in which we can learn or experience things firsthand. Like, for example, someone who is trying to figure out what their career path is, or someone who is wondering what it is that they are good at, but they haven't allowed themselves to explore, you know, to put their skills, whatever their skills may be, into practice, or just, you know, put themselves out there so that they can then uncover and or discover what their skills are. Yeah, so I feel like for you guys, exposure is required. You trying things firsthand. You possibly even, you know, trying and quote unquote failing. You know, like you're called to something, you try it out, it doesn't work out for you. That isn't anything bad. That's actually something good, because now you know that that path isn't for you. Now you can kind of cross that out of your list of possibilities and options, and you can move on to something else. Because I do feel like this time for you guys, it's about trying, it's about exploring, because that's the only way that you will be able to figure out and find out what is the next step, what it is that you need. And again, I don't feel like this is just the energy for this next 7 days. I feel like this is the energy that you are going to be experiencing for quite a while. Because I feel like you guys are going through some, you guys are going through some leveling up. You guys are going through some major changes and possibly even transitions in your life. So this might take a little more than just 7 days. Is this the card? No. Oh, okay. So 2 cards fell out. So we have confidence is not needed to move forward in life. Focus on the very act of moving forward, and in that momentum, confidence will be found. Yep. The other thing I often see is this belief that in order for us to pursue something new, in order for us to get out of our comfort zone, we must first be utterly confident or have confidence. But in actuality, confidence is obtained as we move through life, as we experience, as we try new and different things. Because I feel like confidence comes after. It comes after we see for ourselves that we are able to do the thing that we thought we weren't able to do. That's when we start feeling the confidence. And this line is also making me think of courage, because courage is about acknowledging the fears that we have, but still moving forward in the face of those fears. It isn't about having no fear. So don't wait for fear to cease existing before you decide to start living and exploring. Don't let your fears drag you back or keep you stuck. you drag them forward and into the light if you need to. But we also have, you can have it all. You don't have to give up anything to have what you want. Yeah, I was giving that advice at the beginning of, like, if you are working somewhere and you're getting bored with your work, or maybe with the current assignments that you have been given, to possibly start looking into doing something on the side. Yeah, so this could be an indicator that you can start more than one project. You can start more than one pursuit at once, or you can pursue more than one thing at once. You don't have to give up one thing for the other. Yeah, so these are all the messages I am seeing for you guys. I do advise for you to take a closer look at the imagery here, because there could be some signs, symbols, could be very important in the next 7 days, or that you might be seeing often. We do have a lion, so this could be representing Leo energy. We have a lion and the sun, so sun in Leo. We have rainbows, pink flowers, white birds. Yeah, an imagery of like angels or the angelic realm. Yeah, but these are all the messages we have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance and clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you're new to this channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching until the very end, and a huge thank you to all of you who took a moment to watch the advertisement, since that is a simple way to support me and to support this channel. So if you did, I truly do appreciate it. Yeah, but I am wishing you a wonderful next 7 days, and until the next moment, bye bye. Hello you guys who chose the Smokey Quartz, bienvenidos to your reading, where we are going to take a look at the next 7 days to find out what it is that you can expect. But before I start shuffling the decks and pulling out cards, I would like to share with you what I intuitively picked up on when connecting with the energy of your group. So the word here and the message look beyond came to mind when tapping into this group's energy. I do get the feeling that in the next 7 days, something very exciting is going to occur. I know that's very vague, and I don't know if you can hear, my dad is singing in the background. And he just started singing as soon as I started recording. Yeah, so that lets me know that in the next 7 days, you might find yourself being in a pretty good mood, or there might be some days in which you're just feeling very excited, very jubilant. And it could be because you are at some intuitive level sensing that something really great, very positive and exciting is about to occur. Or more specifically, someone very important is about to enter your life. Because I do get the feeling that someone important is going to enter your life in the next 7 days. This could be someone new, or it could be someone that you already know, or possibly maybe even know of. But whoever this person is, they do feel pretty important. At least they seem to be important to you. There's a lot of noise going on right now. The walls of my room are like paper thin, so I can hear everything. But I just overheard my neighbors saying something about rosemary. Burning rosemary. Oh, and actually, I just looked it up just to be sure, but so rosemary symbolizes remembrance, faith, and love. Yeah, and it is said that rosemary is often used in wedding ceremonies as a symbol of love and fidelity. So for those of you who are single, or who are looking for romance, or who are wanting to experience romance, it could be that you will be meeting a potential romantic partner in the next 7 days, or you could be connecting with or getting to know someone that you have romantic feelings for or are romantically interested in. But I was going to say that rosemary is known to aid in protecting your space, protecting your energy, as well as cleansing, since it is known to drive away bad energy, bad juju. Yeah, so the herb or plant rosemary could be of significance in the next 7 days. If you start seeing rosemary, or you start hearing the word rosemary a lot, that could be an indicator that this significant person is about to make an appearance or enter your life, or you are about to meet them. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the cards. Oh, and actually, Smokey Quartz is also known to be a crystal that aids in, I believe, cleansing, driving away bad energy, as well as protection. But now I'm going to pull out some cards. I feel like I was all over the place delivering these messages, but there was a lot of noise as soon as I started your reading. Okay, we have overstimulated with number 55, spread thin, and the message, you may be working too hard. Within work or a relationship, take a moment to understand what is overstimulating your mind or body. And I was going to say, when commenting about all the noise, that you could be experiencing a lot of noise in the next 7 days. There could be a lot going on in your life in the next 7 days, and that could be what is overstimulating you. Since I did speak about a wedding when describing the symbolic meaning of rosemary, some of you could be attending a wedding, or maybe you're making preparations for a wedding or an event, a ceremony. And that may be the cause of all the noise and all the ruckus and you feeling overwhelmed or overstimulated because there is so much to do, or your focus is divided among several things, or you do have a lot of responsibilities. And look, we have the 3 of hearts, or the 3 of cups, with number 1, the sun. Ooh, so I like that the sun showed up for you guys, because I did speak about a jubilant, joyful vibe and or energy. So I do see you feeling quite happy, quite excited in the next 7 days. It could be that you will be attending an event or a ceremony, or you yourself are going to be celebrating something. Maybe it is you who is getting married in the next 7 days, and that's a cause for celebration, for joy, for happiness. Because the 3 of Cups does indicate a celebration, gatherings, festivities, parties, happy times. The 3 of Cups could also sometimes indicate an engagement party. So some of you could be attending an engagement party. It could be someone else's engagement party, or it could be your very own. But I definitely do see you going out sometime in the next 7 days, spending time with people or attending some event, celebrating with others, and it being a very joyful, happy, and exciting time. The number 1 here makes me think of new beginnings. So for a lot of you, this event or celebration could be the start of something, like for example, a wedding. It's the beginning of a new chapter in your life. Oh, but the other thing I'm getting here with the number 1, 3 of Cups, and the sun is something like a birthday party. So some of you guys could be attending a birthday party, or you could be celebrating your birthday in the next 7 days. Yeah, because the number 1 is making me think of celebrating one more year, another year. The sun is making me think of phrase solar return, which is another way to say of saying birthday. Yeah, so you could be attending a birthday party or celebrating someone's birthday or celebrating your own birthday in the next 7 days. And we do have the number 55, so repeated 5s. For whatever reason, the number 5 is making me think of events and planning for events, a celebration. The number 5 is also a number of unexpected changes, transformative changes. So you could be experiencing some changes in the next 7 days. As mentioned, for some, this event or whatever it is that you are celebrating might be the beginning of something new. Another thing I can think of is like a graduation ceremony. You know, that's the ending of a phase of a chapter, but it also indicates the beginning of a new chapter, a new phase in your life. But because we do have the sun here, and the sun makes me think of being the center of attention, I do feel like at some point in the next 7 days, all eyes are going to be on you. You will be the center of attention. And so for those of you who are not used to that or don't really like being the center of attention, that might feel like a little too much. That might get you feeling a bit overwhelmed. And with this message spread thin, if you are being celebrated or there are a lot of eyes on you, or you are the center of attention, it could be that your attention will be divided because there are so many people who might be wanting your attention. Or, for example, if you are the host of an event, you would need to attend to all the guests, and that would again divide your attention, divide your energy, and it might spread you thin. Yeah, but with the number 55, I do feel like a lot of you guys are going to be planning for something, and it's like leading up to the day of, like the D-Day, leading up to the event, you might already start feeling very exhausted because you are attending to all of these different tasks, because you do have so many responsibilities, because you have to make sure that everything is up to date, that everything will be ready for the day of kind of thing. Yeah, so even though it's a very exciting next 7 days, I do feel like it's also going to be a bit exhausting, especially mentally and emotionally, because we do have the Three of Cups here. Yeah, the other thing I'm seeing is that in the next 7 days, you could be socializing a lot or networking a lot. You might be engaging with a lot of people. Again, the sun is making me think of like being active, being social, being the center of attention. The Three of Cups can also speak about socializing, connecting. Yeah, and that might be what is spreading you thin, especially if you are a very empathic and or sensitive person, like sensitive to other people's energy, sensitive to other people's emotions and so forth, or just sensitive in terms to your senses, like sensory sensitivity. Yeah, because for example, if it takes a lot from you to hold a conversation with someone, then socializing could feel like a lot, could be very overwhelming, or could drain you. It's like you might need 3 or 4 days to recover after socializing for 5 hours or after going to a single event. So that's kind of the vibe I'm picking up here, but I do see you being pretty active with the sun showing up here. It could also be that you are garnering a lot of attention through your line of work, your profession, or your creative endeavors. Like, for example, if you have a social media presence, let's say a YouTube channel, that's the easiest example that I can think of. It could be that in the next 7 days, your channel is garnering a lot of attention, or one of your videos is garnering a lot of attention. And not only that, but there's also a lot of engagement. People are commenting on your videos. And you might feel inclined to respond to as many comments as you can. And again, if you are someone who is quite sensitive, or if you are someone who likes to take their time, really think about how to reply. You know, replying to so many comments could end up draining you, because you are taking the time to really sit down with every comment, think about it, and take your time to give a reply. The overstimulated card could also simply be indicating that you might be feeling very overwhelmed by how much attention you are receiving, or how much attention your content or your work is garnering, because for some that might be very new. Yeah, but again, with the Sun card here and the Three of Cups, I do still see you feeling very excited about all this. Another example that is coming to mind is someone who offers services or has a business, and their business is garnering a lot of attention. And so you might find yourself flooded with requests and orders or inquiries about your products, your services, when you will be available, or what's the next available slot, or when something is going to be in stock again. And you might find yourself feeling quite overwhelmed as you're trying to fill all these orders, answer all these inquiries or emails or DMs, or keep everyone up to date, and so forth. Yeah, because I just noticed the message on this card reads, the sun near signifies happiness and popularity. Yeah, so I do see you being pretty popular in the next 7 days, or sometime in the next 7 days. Yeah, but with overstimulated, I feel like you guys are getting new attention, or a lot of attention, and this is all very new to you. I did mention how some of you could be meeting someone important, or connecting with someone important in the next 7 days. And with the sun showing up here, it could be that you will be meeting this person at an event, or when you're out socializing. Yeah, so you could be meeting someone very important at a social event. So this could even be like a work event. Yeah, and with the sun showing up here, I sense that you might feel overstimulated by this person, because this person won't be able to take their eyes off of you, or like once you connect with this person, you will sense that you have their utter undivided attention. Like when they are talking to you, you are the center of attention. No one else matters. They are all ears for you. And so if you're not used to that kind of attention, that might be a bit overwhelming. The other thing I'm getting is that this person is like the sun. They shine very bright. They are very confident, or at least that's how they appear. But what I'm mostly getting is someone who has a lot of charisma. They could also be very, very attractive, physically attractive, or it's just that you yourself find them very physically attractive, and that might be a bit distracting. Yeah, and with overstimulated, it's like this person stimulates all your senses. Like they're very appealing to your eyes, they're very appealing to your sense of smell. They could smell very good, or just their energy is very electrifying. Like I'm getting something like static. Like once they enter a room, you can sense their presence. They have a very strong presence, and so you might find this person a bit intimidating, and not because they have this looming presence, but it's more because they do have so much charisma. They are very attractive. They ooze charm. Yeah, because looking at this image in the overstimulated card, it gives me this feeling of someone buzzing with energy. You know, like that feeling where you get goosebumps, or the arm or the hairs on your arms or the back of your neck stand up because something or someone has just impacted you in a very powerful way. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. Like they leave a deep impression on you, and they have such a powerful impact on you as well. And I feel like this is mutual. And with the Three of Cups here, the Three of Cups always makes me think of like-minded individuals, or it also makes me think of like soul family members, soul tribe. It could be that you're feeling this strong connection with this person because they are a member of your soul family or your soul tribe, or they are a soulmate of yours, or they are a kindred spirit. They are someone who matches you energetically. So this spark, this electricity that you're feeling is just the connection between you both. It's like two energies that are at the same wavelength have just connected, have just merged. And so the energy intensifies, it amplifies, because now there's like double of it, double of the same energy. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Yeah, so your senses might be very heightened when you are around this person, or just in general. In the next 7 days, you will find that your senses will be pretty heightened. So you might find yourself being pretty sensitive to noise and lighting, scents, smells. Yeah, because I'm looking at the sun, and it could even be that if it's a sunny day, you might not want to go outside because you might find it too bright. Like the light, like the sun is too bright. So you might prefer to stay indoors. Yeah, I just feel like your senses will be heightened in the next 7 days. In general, or like I said, it could be once you meet this important someone, after you meet them, or when you're with them is when your senses are going to be quite heightened. This person could even be a catalyst to it could be like an awakening. The sun is making me think of an awakening. Or it could be that they help elevate something, like elevate your psychic gifts, for example, or just elevate your senses. Now, looking at this card, I was reminded of Spider-Man, the spider senses. Yeah, so when I was going on and on about a buzzing feeling, what I was getting at was a tingling, like a tingling sensation or a tingling feeling when you know something is about to happen, or you're starting to get excited about something. Yeah, so you could be experiencing a lot of that sometime in the next 7 days. Or like I said, it could be that someone might be triggering the awakening of certain psychic gifts or psychic senses in you. Now, what is coming to mind looking at this overstimulated card is a radar. Yeah, it could be that some of you guys just have this kind of sixth sense when it comes to someone in specific. Like, whenever a specific someone enters a room, even though you don't know they have entered a room, you sense it. Because you get this tingly feeling or this sensation that they're around. and then you just turn around and you make eye contact with them. You find them. Like, you're able to find this person in a room. They're able to find you. Like, you pick up on each other's energy very, very easily. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Ooh, I'm even getting a situation in which some of you could be attending an event, and then all of a sudden you get this feeling, like this tingling sensation, and you're like, oh, they're here. But you don't even know who they is. You just get this feeling, like this insight, this knowing that someone important has just entered the room. And then you end up meeting someone, and they end up being someone very important in your life. It's something along those lines, but I do feel like you will be meeting someone important in the next 7 days, and I do feel like your senses are going to be pretty heightened, and you will find yourself being the center of attention. You will be garnering a lot of attention in the next 7 days, or something that you do, something that you own, like for example, if you own a business, is going to be garnering a lot of attention in the next 7 days. And I do see your attention being divided, because either you are being pulled in different directions by several different responsibilities or tasks, or by several people wanting your attention or wanting to connect with you, work with you, etc. Yeah. The number 1 and the number 3 is really standing out to me. Some of you could be a life path number 1, number 3, or number 5. Or it could also be that this important someone I have been speaking about could be a life path number 1, number 3, or number 5. Or if in the next 7 days it happens to be the 1st, the 3rd, or the 5th of the month, those could be important dates to keep in mind. Some of you guys could be turning 55. If so, this could be serving as confirmation that this is your group. Ooh, others of you could be celebrating a 1, 3, or 5-year anniversary in the next 7 days. Or you could be attending the birthday party of someone who is turning 1, 3, 5, or 55 years old. Yeah, but just to clarify, this important person I've been speaking about doesn't have to be a romantic prospect, especially if you're not looking for a romantic prospect. If you are already in a committed relationship, this person could simply be someone who ends up being someone very important in your life, like a friend, or someone that you end up working with, like a business partner, for example, or someone that helps you create something, or inspires you to create something, or helps you get something off of the ground. Yeah, because with the sun being here, it makes me think of creativity, of creative passion, creative energy. And the number 5 is reminding me of the 5th house in astrology, which is all about hobbies, the arts, creative pursuits, and so forth. So this could definitely be someone who will be inspiring a creative project, or someone that you will end up working with or collaborating with. And this sun card is speaking about popularity. So this important person could literally be an important person. Like, they could literally be a public figure, or someone who is in the public eye, or someone who is very well known in their field of work, or in a specific field or industry. Because the sun and the 5th house is also making me think of entertainment and performance. So this could be an entertainer, a performer, an artist that you look up to, that you admire. Yeah, so some of you, this event could actually be a concert, or a festival, or an art exhibition, or somewhere where there are performers or entertainers. Yeah, how exciting. Some of you could be meeting your idol or your favorite artist in the next 7 days, or having some interaction with them. It could even be like you leave a comment under your favorite artists or musicians, entertainers post, and then they reply. And then that gets you all excited. That makes your day. Yeah, because the sun and the number 1 is also making me think of standing out from a crowd. So out of all the comments in the comment section, they saw yours and decided to reply to yours. Or out of all the people in the crowd, they saw you and chose to make eye contact with you, or pull you out from the crowd, get you on stage, have some interaction with you, or at an event, they see you and have a one-on-one conversation with you, like something along those lines. But I do see some important interaction occurring with an important someone, important to you. Yes, but let us see what else. Oh, Look, and I was just messing around with the deck. I always do that. I'm very fidgety, so I fidget with whatever I can get my hands on. But look, this is the card at the bottom of the deck. We have the Two of Cups, number 19, with the Gentleman. Yeah, the Two of Cups speaks about partnerships, connections, emotional connections. The Two of Cups can also speak about like soulmates, or soul contracts, soul connections. Oh, and actually the 19th card in the tarot is the Sun card. Yeah, so more sun energy. You could be meeting this person during the day. Oh, the Two of Cups can also speak about like, you know, committing to someone. So some of you could be, like I did mention a wedding. Some of you could be attending a day ceremony. I think all weddings occur during the day, you know, but when the sun is at its apex. Oh, and look, this gentleman actually looks like a groom. Yeah, so some of you could actually be getting married in the next 7 days. Or you could be getting engaged in the next 7 days. Okay. But the Sun card is associated with the zodiac sign Leo, I believe. So some of you could be a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or this important someone we have been speaking about could be a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. But if this isn't your zodiac sign, don't worry about it. That's just a little extra confirmation for those who need it. I'm also just thinking fire signs, you know, so Leo, Aries, and or Sagittarius. But the sun is simply making me think of like a sun sign. Yeah, and then we do have the number 1 here. That's making me think of the first house in astrology. So that's Aries. So Aries sun. The number 3, the third house is associated with Gemini. So Gemini sun. Yeah, and the number 5, I'm thinking of the 5th house, and that's Leo. So a Leo sun. So Aries, Leo, Gemini sun could be of significance. Could be an important zodiac sign. But again, that's just extra confirmation for those who need it. Yeah, okay. So that's all I'm seeing with these cards. So I'm just going to pull out some extra oracle cards to get any last messages, advice, and or guidance from Spirit for the next 7 days. Ooh, okay. I'll take all of these. So we have release worry, know that everything is going to be all right. So I do advise to pay close attention to the imagery here, because there could be some important symbols here that may resonate with you or could serve as confirmation, you know, like butterflies, white birds or doves, fire, volcanoes, crescent moons, crystal balls, and so forth. But we also have good things are happening to you too. Remember this and know there is plenty for everyone. Ooh, if there happens to be an eclipse in the next 7 days, that specific day could be important. More specifically, a solar eclipse. Yeah, something important, something pivotal could be occurring on that day or around that day. And lastly, we have care about the way you feel. Practice the art of allowing and guide yourself in a more unconditional way. Again, we have white birds or doves. And the evil eye could be of significance. I'm also thinking of the third eye. Some of you could be experiencing a third eye activation, and maybe that's what is getting you a bit overstimulated, because you are intuitively picking up on so much. Some of you could be experiencing like a pressure in the center of your forehead between your eyebrows, and that could be indicating that you are going through a third eye chakra activation. Your third eye chakra is opening up or is very open and active. Yeah, so just remember, you can set intentions to safely close that energy center, especially if you are feeling quite overwhelmed or overstimulated. For those of you who are visual people, you could visualize an eye in the center of your forehead and visualize it closing. And then when you want to activate your third eye chakra, you could visualize that eye opening up. Or some people like to visualize a window or a door there. Or you could simply set intentions for it. Yeah, so see what works best for you. Yeah, but these eyes here are making me think of like an awakening as well. Some type of awakening. And like I said, it could be a spiritual awakening or awakening your psychic gifts. Or this could be indicating that some of your psychic gifts could be heightened in the next 7 days. Oh, and with this crystal ball here is making me think of predictions. Some of you could be attending a psychic affair. A psychic fair? Whoa, okay. In the next 7 days, some of you could be getting a reading from a psychic that is really going to be very eye-opening. It's going to bring a lot of clarity. Or the other thing I'm getting is that something you predicted, something you envisioned or you saw a vision of in the past will be manifesting or unfolding or coming true in the next 7 days. And for some, it could be, meeting this important someone. Yeah, I feel like a prediction of yours is coming true in the next 7 days. Or in the next 7 days, you will be making a lot of predictions, or you might be getting a lot of visions of events that will be occurring in the near future. Yeah, so you could also be experiencing a lot of downloads or just getting a lot of insights about what is to come or what is unfolding. Yeah, and some of you could identify as psychics. You could be mediums, intuitive readers. You could offer readings. And if so, with these cards, I feel like you will be getting a lot of requests, or you will find yourself being pretty popular in the next 7 days. A lot of people coming to you for readings, or just a lot of people acknowledging your gifts. Yeah, and the other thing I'm getting, it's like if you do offer services, if you have been offering services, giving readings, for example, I do see you getting a lot of returning customers or clients because things that you predicted for them in the past have come true or are coming true for them. So you could be getting a lot of emails of people telling you like, oh, the reading that you did for me 2 years ago, you hit it right on the nail, or everything you predicted for me has come true. You will be receiving validation and confirmation about what you have predicted, about your intuitive psychic gifts, however it is you refer to them as. Or it could be the other way around. Maybe you got a reading from a psychic or a reader. Yeah, and something that they predicted for you is coming true in the next 7 days. Yeah, but these are all the messages we have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you're new to this channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Yeah, but thank you so much for sticking around until the very end. I am wishing you a wonderful, amazing next 7 days. And until the next moment, bye-bye.